And we're back, everybody. Now, I came back to the old model, and as you can see, the painting, here's the bone, here's where the knee, moves. This is like just below the knee. It's all in the center. It's in between these two. But when you go to the original one, when you automatic weight paint, it always puts it on where the bone is, which is what shouldn't be happening. So what you want to do is you want to go over here to the weight. So you want to go to tools, and then it should be there, the brush. You want to make this go to 0. You want to, I guess expand the radius, and you want to hit this right here. I think mine was already highlighted the whole time. Oh no, it wasn't. So if you hit this here, you won't delete what's behind it. But if you hit it and it's not highlighted, it could be different for you. You'll basically delete everything about it. You'll delete everything behind it. And now what you should do is you want to right click and move this weight. If it still moves, that's because everything underneath is still weight painted, right? So now let's check the foot. All of the foot is bad, so let's delete that. All of this is bad. You move this, nothing should move. So nothing moves, nothing moves. Here, delete all this. Something's still moving from the bottom. There's still some weights there. Nothing moves. Let's move it again. There's a little bit of weight painting over here. You can also hit Z to help you, and you will see the weight painting color. Like here's like the lowest one, like 42. You'll see that it's a little bit blue, and it will move it. So let's delete that. The weaker the weight paint, the less likely it is to move. So nothing moves. We're fine. Let's just do it here real quick. That actually doesn't look too bad, but that's not what we want. This also doesn't look too bad. Not what we want though. That looks about right, honestly. Huh. This did a much better job than I thought. Okay, anyways, let's start with the foot. So now we want to paint the toe, where the toe is going to move. So remember, always paint maybe just a little bit ahead of the bone. So let's get like, let's get a 50-50. So what we want to do is we want to start painting here. Let's say this is the end of the line. This is like, oh, we got to stop weight painting beyond this, right? So let me there we go. And here's our edge, If we move this, only that moves. So there's our edge, and what we want to do is we want to paint 1, everything else, so extremely red. If you want to get creative with it, you can just have it like, oh, maybe, around the edges it gets yellow, maybe it gets, lighter blue. You can be creative with this, but this is just, demonstration purposes for, myself, so. For you guys, I'm sorry. Thinking all about myself, I'm selfish. Let me just give it a little bit of yellow to show you what I'm talking about. So just a little bit of yellow. Maybe it gets just a tiny bit weaker around the end because it's the toe. I really don't know. There, see, that looks about right. And when you move, all that should move is this. However, if you move it and like the arm moves over here, like you will see it when it moves. You'll see like these like little tiny movements. That means that you accidentally weight painted up here. So just go all the way down to 0 and just start removing here. Hit this to remove everything behind it as well. The only reason I hit it beforehand is because if I do this, it's going to appear behind it, and that's not what I want. So Control Z for me. Whoops. And let me hit this. So there. That's only going to move this portion of the foot. Now we want to do the same to the ankle part and the upper part of the foot. So you see where this, green line is? That's the end. And the reason we colored it 50-50 is so we can also add it to here. My bad. No, that's about right. The reason we colored it 50-50 is so each one can have a whole 1 point to work with. So let me see if that's in the same spot. Yeah, it's at the same spot. So this moves part of the leg only half. This moves the rest of the half, if you understand what I mean. So they both work to a whole in total. It's hard to explain, but hopefully you get exactly what I'm talking about. So let's see what's inside his foot real quick. See if it doesn't have like an ankle that we need to work with. It's extremely hard to see, so there we go. I believe our end can be right around here, so let me weight paint that. So here's our end. And there we go. All right, so there's our end. Move this, make sure nothing else moves around the area. You know, scroll all the way back to be safe. Move it again. Nothing else moves. Now we want to paint the whole inside red. If you want to be creative, the outskirts can be like this little like yellowish tint, reddish, whatever you prefer. So I'm just gonna go with 823. Again, this is all your choice. You don't have to do this. I'm just doing it to be creative. But I suggest you do the whole, 1 point and only a half. Let me just make sure I didn't touch the arm above me. Alright, yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about the little yellow spot. We're going to make all that red anyways right now. So let's make all that red. Also, you're also going to need to do the inside here. So what you want to do is you want to just hit this, so you can start getting behind the foot. You look down, and here you go. So you also get inside the foot. But be very careful when you're doing this on the chest. I mean, I'll show you anyways, but when you're doing it on chest, because you might hit something that you didn't want to hit, previously, and you messed up somewhere. So now, since we're getting close to yellow, let me just actually go inside the foot. Start doing it from here. If you can't get these, that means that the little spots are outside. So I guess this would be the tongue of the shoe, maybe. Yeah, that's like the tongue of the shoe. So they're hidden in like an outspot-ish area. Here's the whole foot. As you can see, the creator of this just didn't make a whole like underbody for the character, so he just made like a foot that ends. And there's still a dark part there. I don't know if that's... Yeah, okay, yeah, I see it now. It's not this. This is just me worrying about something else. But there is a dark part there. I still see it. There it is. Remember to make sure there's no dark parts. Make sure it's all just red. So you can see there's another dark part there. Let me just turn this on. See where that paints. There's another blue spot here. No, that's just the outside. No, that's just the outside. There we go. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Not everything inside has to be red. It just needs to be a deep color, red. So yellow is fine. Like this yellow. Hold up. This yellow you might need to fix. Make it a little bit more orangey. So let me go back here. Let me just fix this to the orange. Grab it. Make sure everything moves. Make sure the whole foot moves. As you can see, a little chunk. I colored a little chunk on the outside. So where is it? It's right here. Let's just delete that. There we go. The chunk is gone, and there's the left foot done. Right there you go. Now what we want to do is we want to go here. We want to keep working up. Keep working up. So let's stop it. There you go. You can bottle them. Please bottle them. Tell them to stop. They'll love it. No, they won't. Don't bother them. They're my very good friends. Whoops. So let me just make sure, I'm coloring in the same area that I was before. Yes, I am. Yep. Up here, as you can see, this is just like a little bit bluer. There you go. Fixed it. Hopefully you can see the color difference, unless YouTube like compresses it to like some piece of shit, quality. Which it shouldn't, but it does. So I apologize. Here, let's get like around the knee. This is actually perfect. As you can see, the knee is always, it always should have like these like two different, like these two meshes that are too close together. That should be like around where the knee is. And if you're thinking about the player model, it should be like where the pants get like rugged. Because, the knees are always, a bit rigid because that's where your knee is. So there we go. We got the outsides. Now let's do the innards. Again, 8:30, 8:30 below, etc. You get the idea. You get the gist of it. I can always just skip this, but I'm not. I might just, turn it into a time lapse. So hope you all enjoy this time lapse of me coloring with weight painting. I'll come back if there's like a certain problem, or if there's something I need to talk about. I'll return it real quick and I'll be like, oh, so hey, this is supposed to be this. So hope you all enjoy the weight painting. Okay, so quick note. Forgot to add this during my pause of the time lapse. The reason I'm coloring inside is because, like I said before, he did not make an actual leg model. It's just the pants. So there's literally nothing in here. If there is a leg like this, like that down there, and I was coloring from the outside, I would not get that from the inside. So we should be fine. If there's no model inside the character, then everything will be colored, or rather, one mesh should be colored. So now that I'm, I guess talking right now, this has all been colored. Let's just make sure we didn't get any of the other part of the body. All right, we're good to go. So now let's continue on to the right leg. These legs will be on a story of their own. So now we continue on the right side. All right, back to the time lapse. Alright, and I'm back, everybody. So here we go. We finished these 3 bones. So here's the 3 bones done. Nothing else seems to be moving on the player model. Now, for the thighs, though, it's a bit weird because they seem to be in a good position. So let's just go back to this old player model and see how the thighs are here. As you can see, the main portion is, right here. But the thighs are still being grabbed. Of course, this player model has a little bit of, blue, a little bit of green. You don't necessarily need to worry about the blues. I usually just go with the strongest. Green is the weakest, in my opinion. As soon as you start hitting the blues, you might want to, give it a little bit more strength. So here, it's as though here's the pelvis, and then it stops like at around here. I mean, the pelvis could be the strongest. So the pelvis is going to be probably the most green part of everything, and the rest is going to be red. So let's start working on it. I've never really had any problems with other player models like this, but we should be okay. So let's go to here. As you can see, it stops right around there. So it stops halfway at the knee point. This is where the leg's going to stop to, halfway at the knee point. So here's our right leg. I keep calling this the left leg. It's just because my left side. So my left side here. All this area here seems to be good and in green. This also seems to be pretty good because that's where the most strength of the leg is going to be. But the most movement should be down here. So let's just make this again. Remember 1, or rather 8, 2, 3, 8, 13, 8, 33. It don't matter. As long as it's above, as long as it's within the range, not below like up to the 7. So let's start coloring the full color. So let's go back. Remember, you can always use this for reference. Always go back to other player models and use them for reference. It is the best thing you could ever do, is just use them for reference. You're not copying them, you're just using them for reference. Remember that. And the reason you're not copying them is because we're not using that. We're not calling the badass model ours. No. So this is just me coloring in the leg. And I'm about to reach this point where I do. It still confuses me because this is good, but it's not great. So I don't want it to go above the belt. It shouldn't be above the belt, in my opinion. So let me remove any sort of weight painting that's above the belt. So let me just raise the radius of this. So anything above the belt gets removed. So let's just keep it below the belt. Yeah, let's keep it below the belt. As you can see, there's 2 meshes in here. So here's the belt, the coat as well. So there we go. Remove anything above the belt. That should remove anything above the belt. Let me just move this player model, or this leg, to be safe. Nothing above the belt seems to be moving except like a little tiny chunk of like, what are those? It's not a belt buckle. It's like a. Oh, there we go. Like the strap. So this has a strap still connected to it. We just move it to be safe. There you go. That strap shouldn't move anymore. If it still does, there's still some weight painting on it that I probably can't see. So let's just be 100% safe. I saw this strap move as well. So a few straps are still moving, but I don't know where they're coming from. Up here, most likely. Alright, so I think now the strap's not moving. I think. Yeah, now the strap's not moving. Now just a little bit of the top and bottom part are moving, so. It's a little bit up here. A little bit over here. A little bit down here. Alright, so now let's start working with this, because this is very interesting. I've never necessarily had to deal with this. So since the pelvis is literally the main part, as you can see here, like the pelvis does need to be a huge part, it gets all of this and colors it. So I would suggest just keeping everything green. I mean, you can go with blue just to be 100%, or rather safer, not 100% safe. So the strongest part of the leg, rather the most weight painted part of the leg, should be here. But I'm still going to keep it green just to be safe. So here's the pelvis. Let's start going green from, yeah, that looks fine, from here. I'm just going to start going green from here. You don't go like between the crack of the pelvis now, because that's where the pelvis is mainly located. So I guess I can remove anything that's on this side. Again, between the crack of the pelvis, because that's the main part of the pelvis. So let me just delete a few things from the pelvis here and there. I believe that's also part of the pelvis. I'm not 100% sure. This is why I don't usually do automatic weights, because it does always like come with a problem here and there. So I don't necessarily do automatic weights. Again, you can remove it if you want yourself. I don't do it. I just do it all, straight from the hand, I guess you could say. So I believe there's still some weight painting within the right side of the leg, which shouldn't be there, because or rather the left side of the leg, my right, which shouldn't be there because if you move your right leg in real life, your left leg is not going to move whatsoever. It's not attached to it. And if that does happen, then you should go to a doctor. Like, right now. Unless their nerves aren't working right, then my bad that my bad that's not a hit you with chakra bullshit. Alright, and we're back, everybody. So now let's start working on the pelvis. Now, again, since the pelvis is going to be all of this, everything that's green, we're going to have to start off from where we started off from the other, legs and stuff. So here would be the green. Same would go for this side. The green, we don't need to worry about the orange. Even though I believe the pelvis should be higher up than this, so... Actually, let me just make sure. I believe the pelvis... No, it's... Yeah, the pelvis should start off from here. So... But then... No, this is fine. My original intention was fine. As you can see, when I start coloring them in, some pieces move, like some mesh pieces move. That's because I moved one of these bones and I didn't Control Z it back in place, or I placed it somewhere where I shouldn't have on accident. But it's fine. I didn't move it too far to the point where it looks really off. It just has a little slight movement, which is just fine. So no need to worry about that. We should be A-okay. So let's continue on. Here, let me show you an example. So here's the jacket. Yeah, it's not showing it anymore, but it was before. In the time lapse, it was showing me like doing the coloring in, and something was off. It was moving anything I weight painted into weight painting place, which is what it shouldn't be doing. But that's because I moved a bone on accident. It's all fine. Don't worry about it. Should be good. Well, I should be good. If this happened to you, don't worry about it. When you export it, it will always fix it back in place. It's not going to leave it, broken. It shouldn't. Again, I am not a pro at this. I am a complete noob. But I'm just sharing what I know so far. So if you are a master at weight painting, a master at creating models, please feel free to, in the comments, to type my mistakes. Please. You're helping me. You're helping the community. I beg you, please. I need all the help I can get. This is not professional work. I am not a professional. I'm just doing this because I started making player models for fun, and I actually got into it. Basically, anything I do, I start getting into it if I really put my heart into it. It's a little weird thing about me. Alright, so now we have to give it a full-on color. So this would be a full-on color. This would still be green. Because I think that, yeah, that's colored it in. So there's the full-on color. That's not colored. That's not colored. How far down does it go? Let me check. Not colored, not colored. Literally this line right here. Whoops. Oh no, these two lines. Interesting. Was that line included too? Let me check. Always recheck, always recheck. It's always good to recheck. Let's check the other side real quick, just to see I'm not messing up something. Nope, that looks fine. This needs to be colored in. I think that was already... Yeah. It's already green. Alright, this needs to be colored in. Same goes for this side. And the back as well. There we go. Main coloring for the pelvis. Doesn't have to be the same. Doesn't need to look great. Good enough. However, at the very tip, it's going to be green. Because this is going to need to be colored down here as well. So the very tip needs to be green. These may actually need to be changed in color, so we might need to lower it down to 25. So this will need to be lowered to 25 blue. Why? Because this is going to be colored here with the 25 blue. So since there's 4, 25, 25, 25, you know, you do the math, you know how it works. Actually, I may be wrong. No, it needs to be 33, 33, 33. Yep, my bad. It used to be. The reason why I say 33, 33, 33, it's because here in the center, this center needs to be a 50-50 because it's only these two. These need to be a 33, 33, 33 because there's only 3 bones connected to each. And not every single bone is connected by, 4. So 33, 33, 33. 50-50 here, and this one's fine. Here it needs to be 33, 33, 33. The top parts. The bottoms are just fine as well. It's just the top part that we need to worry about. And again, I've only ever worked with 50-50s. I've never worked with like these custom 33 settings. No, I've only ever done 50. No matter how many bones there are, it's always been 50. But that may lead to a broken model, which has happened to me multiple times. So for right now I'm doing the pelvis. Because the pelvis is it's one of the main bones connected to the rest. So the pelvis needs to be a 33, 33, 33. 33, 33, 33. What am I even saying? 333. Was I saying 33, 33, 33 the entire goddamn time? I apologize for my stupidity. Again, I am extremely tired. And there we go. So we got 33, 33, green here for obvious reasons. 33. So right now it's 66, 66, 66, because these are colored in. Now we need to get the, well, I was going to say the grundle, but this is the grundle. Now we need to get the here, so this will need to be 50 in certain spots, so 50 here. Oh. Interesting. It's already weight painted in a few places, which it shouldn't be. So now it should move nothing. It's moving everything at the top because all the top is weight painted still from the automatic weights. So don't worry about that. There's that 50, so one right there, although it should be 2. It should be like this. Yeah, it should be like that. Whoops. So this should be deleted. That in the bottom can stay. Is that a missing green piece? Yes, that is a missing green piece. See, always make sure to recheck the models. I've almost did not see that. So now this piece is moved. This turns red. Red. Nothing under was turned red. Red, and back to 50-50. There you go. 50-50, 50-50. Move to the front. What's 50-50? 50-50, 50-50. There we go. The wrist, 33-33. So I gotta go back all over again. I know there is a way to copy and paste, you know, the weight paint for certain areas, but I have no idea what the command is. It's probably somewhere in Blender that I'm just not looking correctly. It's somewhere there. You guys can search it up. I myself just don't know, or rather just don't care, maybe. One or the other. Both make sense. I believe that will also need to be 50-50. Whoops. Yeah, as you can see, it's moving. It's because there you go. I middle mouse clicked it on accident, so. What is that? Is that the... Yeah, it's a... What are these called? I know it's for your belt to hang. I honestly don't know what they're called. I just forgot. I feel like an idiot. Fucking belt strap? I don't know. Buckle? No, the buckle's up there. It's the thingy that holds on the belt! Hell if I know what it's called. Belt straps, probably. Belt holsters. I don't know. I don't make pants. Why would I care? I wear pants. I love pants, but I never use belts. I don't see a reason. There you go. So that's all colored. Make sure the belt buckle itself is also all colored from every position, because it might not even be colored from back here. The hard part is basically the spine. The hardest part would be the fingers. But the fingers seem to be already weight painted for us in an okay fashion. Not great, just okay. But I will see if I need to mess with it. And, you know, of course, I'm going to recheck everything. I'm not just going to leave it all blank and be like, nope, we're done. Of course, and remember, this is not going to come out perfect. This is just for tutorial sake. It's all just for me, I guess. For me to make you this video so you can have the practice to make your own player model. Yeah, let's go with that. Sorry we get bored. You know, listen to music while you're doing this. I'm not, because it's gonna be recorded. I can always have sound blocked though. So yeah, no. But then you'll see all the music I listen to. Yeah. I rather remain anonymous, even though my name's out there everywhere. Alright, so I guess everything else, it's gonna be time-lapsed. So, hope you all enjoy the time-lapse. You can always just pause it and look at where I'm coloring, see if I'm doing anything different from you are. So, I'm gonna start it now. Alrighty, everybody, and we're back, and oh my god, that took me a while. But I kind of just got bored and, didn't worry about this, because this looks fine to me, although not great. This looks fine. The head is the only important thing I needed. That looks fine. This, I fixed up all this. The hand a little bit, or rather, the hand, because it has a wrist and it has a hand as well. So now what we want to do is let's open this up a little bit. Then we want to click object mode, Z. Alright, then we want to click the skeleton, object mode. Now what we want to do is we want to press A twice. So make sure it's all selected like this. You want to go over here to where it shows like a little sun, a cylinder, and a sphere. You want to scroll down. You want to go to export path. Just for now, put it on the desktop. So accept, SMD, file, export, source engine, and Shinada Kiribati or whatever it is. And it's taking its sweet time here because it's trying to get all the weight paint. There you go. One file exported 9.4 seconds. And now the file has been exported. So now the next video will be all about editing all of this in Notepad++. And compiling it together. So see you all there. Peace.